Hello, my beautiful friends, and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching it. It is currently 9 a.m. for me, and I thought for today's video, we do a genuine get ready with me. I have my skincare sitting in front of me, the makeup that I want to wear today, because I am filming a ranking my top 10 spring and summer palettes. So I kind of want to play with some makeup, and I pretty much have a full face of old makeup sitting in front of me because I want to use my older stuff instead of having to always use some new stuff. So with that said, guys, let's get started. Okay guys, so I already washed my face. I went in with the Tatcha. This is the matcha cleanser. This is perfect if you have really oily skin. I really do enjoy it. It's a very gentle cleanser. And then I did follow up with the Dermalogica. This is like the daily micro exfoliant, like powdered, like it's not a cleanser, but it's like a micro exfoliant that you put on your face. You rub it in for 30 seconds. Like comes out as powder, get it wet, and you literally massage it in your face for 30 seconds, and you rinse it off. So that's usually what I do every single morning. So I'm gonna go in with my toner. I am obsessed with the Glow Recipe. This is the Cloudberry Bright Essence Toner. This is my second bottle, and she really doesn't have much left. What I use in the morning is very different from what I use in the evening, because these products right here tend to work really well for someone like myself who is really, really oily. So I try to go in with very lightweight products that are not going to weigh down my skin, that are going to absorb really nicely and give me lots of hydration, but like at the same time it doesn't cause me to get really oily, which I really do appreciate. My nighttime routine is vastly different. My nighttime routine, I go in with a pre-cleanse, and then I go in with a cleanser, then I go in with a toner, followed by, more often than not, 3 to 4 times a week, an exfoliator, like a chemical pad exfoliator, or like an actual like liquid exfoliator. Then I followed up with my Lancome Advanced Genifique Serum, followed by the Corsex like Mucinex, like Corsex Snail Essence Serum. Then I go in with eye cream. Then I go in with a facial moisturizer. Then I either go in with like a facial oil or a collagen style mask. It kind of depending. And then I usually will do like 2 or 3 times a week a actual like sleep mask. And my nighttime routine is very different. I don't use Glow Recipe products at night. I use a little bit more different brands. So maybe one day that's what I'll do. Maybe one day I'll film a get unready with me so you guys can actually see my full process. So now that I put my toner in, I am going to go in with the Glow Recipe. This is the Plum Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is so good. I really, really love this. This really helps to plump my skin, keeping it nice and hydrated. Plus the hyaluronic acid is just really good for my large pores and just helping to keep my face nice and hydrated throughout the day. Anything I can do to add extra hydration to help prevent oil, I will do, because your girl, like I said, I get really, really oily, but I don't want to sit here and clog the pores either and cause my face to feel super heavy. I want it to be very lightweight, oil-free if possible, but I don't always get to have that. I don't always have oil-free, but if I can have oil-free, I will have oil-free. Then I'm gonna go in with the Glow Recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. I wanna be a little extra dewy today because I'm gonna go in with like pretty much a lot of mattifying products. So it doesn't hurt to add just a little bit more extra hydration. Like I said, this is my morning routine. I want to be extra glowy today because I really want to do like a really fun springtime look and use some like really pink pastel pinks, greens, purples, and use a lot of old makeup that I haven't used in a hot minute. All right, then I'm going to follow that up with my Glow Recipe. This is the Hyaluronic Cream. This is a dew moisturizer. This is really good because I love the extra hydration. Again, I know I'm really oily, so you think I'd want to use like mattifying products, but I try to use a lot of hydrating products if I can because I'm trying to help prevent as much oil seeping through as possible. So I literally just really hydrate my face in the morning so that I can have like my neck, so I can have like a really hydrated base. And then last but not least, I really do enjoy this. This is from Elemis. This is a Pro Collagen Future Restore Serum. This is the last thing I add to my face. It literally says gently massage a few drops onto dry, cleansed skin morning and evening. This is really good because it has collagen in it, and it's a advanced firming complex. I am 35 years old. I'm not a spring chicken as I once was, so I really want to make sure I take care of my skin and add a lot of retinol if I can, tretinool, along with some collagen, because I really want to just make sure I'm keeping my skin as nice and firm and plump as possible because I'm getting older. And this works really well with the products I have underneath. It works really well as a last step into my routine. When I go to bed, you literally just rub it in. Makeup sits really beautifully on top of it. I do put it down to my neck because I try to keep my neck also as hydrated as possible, because I don't think people realize that your neck can age rather quickly if you don't take care of it. So I literally rub so much of my products onto my neck to keep it nice and taken care of as well. And this pretty much does complete my morning routine. The only thing I don't do is I don't add sunscreen. I know I should, but the reason why I don't add sunscreen to my morning routine is because sunscreen and SPF does not work for my oily skin. If I put on any sort of SPF before I put on makeup, it is going to break apart my makeup. It is going to separate my makeup, and I'm going to get so incredibly oily. So I only put on SPF on the days that I don't wear makeup. So like right now, if I wasn't going to be doing a full face of makeup, then I go in with some SPF if I'm going to go outside to keep my skin nice and protected from the sun and the UV rays. But since I am doing makeup, I don't do that. I know a lot of people say you need to, but because I get so oily, it would just kind of counteract everything that I'm doing. So I just don't do it. So I'm going to also plump my lips and get I use the Dr. Dennis Gross right here. This is a really nice lip plumper. Let me tell you though, it stings like a bitch. It stings like a bitch. You literally just put this on, you leave it on for just a couple minutes. And it's going to help to make your lips nice and moisturized and plump. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go in with my NARS Pot Concealer, because I am having a little bit of a bad pimple right here. So I'm just going to dab this on, kind of buff out the edges a little bit. I'm just going to let it sit. It's just going to sit there while I do everything else. So what I am going to do, what I'm not going to show, is I'm just going to do my brows quickly off camera, just because I don't do anything unique to my brows. I literally just put them on. I just kind of fill in the sparse areas. Nothing magical. But when we come back, we're going to do the eyes followed by the rest of the face. I just generally want to show you guys how I get ready in the morning, because this is what I do. Do you guys see that my face has a beautiful, nice glow to it? This is what I like seeing. Now, this is where I wish I had like dry skin, because this would look so beautiful, because then I put all my liquid products and cream products on. It would just be so glowy and dewy. But alas, I get super oily, so we do have to kind of tone it down. But this keeps my face so incredibly hydrated, which helps my oil production. It makes my skin not have to produce as much, and so that's why I try to keep my face super, super hydrated if I can, to kind of help it along. Like, bestie, I got you, bestie. So let me go do my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that brows are done, we're gonna move into the eyes. So I'm actually gonna play with the Odens Eye collaboration with the Makeup Just for Fun. This is Amanda's palette. She created the Flora Story palette, and y'all, this palette is probably my #1 spring inspired palette. Like, to me, this is just so unbelievably gorgeous. So I want to play with it. I want to wear this today because, like I said, I am filming my, ranking my top 10 spring and summer palettes. So by the time you guys see this video, you guys have already seen that video, hopefully. So I'm going to go in with this today, but I'm actually going to lay down my eye base. I'm going to go in with the Sigma Ignite right here. You guys can use code Allie, save you guys some coin off your purchase. But I'm just thinking about, y'all, it's been 5 years since COVID happened. 5 years since everything changed. Like, that is wild. Like, I literally got a notification on my phone about 5 years, notification on my phone from like some photos I'd taken like 5 years ago. And it's just so crazy to think about that time. Like, I look back at it and it's just like, there's a pre-COVID and there's a post-COVID. And like, for me, I always wondered, like, what would have happened if COVID didn't happen? Like, would I still be serving at Disney? A part of me feels like I would have been. COVID was the reason why I was able to do this job for so long. Granted, the first couple months, it was real scary there for a second, because I was like, how am I going to pay my bills? Because I made jack shit on YouTube. I'm going to go into this shade right here. I made jack shit on YouTube when COVID happened. Like, I was maybe making like $300 or $400. It was nothing that you can actually survive on. And COVID happened, and I remember, the Disney was being like, oh, we're gonna be closed for just 2 weeks. Don't have any fear. It's just gonna be gone. Like, just gonna be closed for 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna be back. Everybody's like, see you later. I remember being like March 14th. We're like, oh, we'll see you later. I was putting it right here, but I'm actually gonna put it in the crease instead. We're all like, we'll see you later. Like, see you in 2 weeks. And then boom, like, Disney stayed closed, the world stayed closed. It was a very scary time. I remember having to go on unemployment to help to compensate to pay bills because bills still were due during that time. And Corey and I both worked at Disney. He was a bartender, I was a server. And Disney was closed for 4 months. So we're like, what are we going to do? I was on unemployment. I was consistently applying to jobs like crazy, but no one was hiring. No one was hiring, and for like understandable reasons. So I was like, what do I do? It was a very scary time. So I kind of just like threw all my eggs into this basket of doing YouTube. And for a while, it really did work out. I was really like happy with how my channel was doing, how I was doing. I was growing at a great rate. I remember I gained like 10,000 subscribers that year, which is just really unheard of for me. Like, I'm lucky if I gain like, I don't know, 50 a month. You know what I mean? Like, I was very, very, very like happy. I was like, wow, okay, I can actually do this, and it was a very scary time, but I was really proud of how far I've come. I lived in my 1-bedroom apartment at the time where I had my filming setup in the kitchen. And so like the filming setup was supposed to be like in a dining room, but like it was like a dining room, it's a kitchen. Like that's how the setup was. And I'll try to put some footage in here if I could find any. And it was like, such a fun time. I'd sit there and I'd film in the kitchen. Corey be like on the couch. Kaya was only like a year old at the time. Very, very tiny little baby, little bumpkin. And I filmed, and I was really happy with how far I've come. But then, the world, I'm gonna go in the shade called Clover, went back to pretty much normal. Bills continue to go up, and I realized that me being full-time content creator just wasn't working anymore. So I had to go back to work, which I don't mind. I truly did not mind when I have to go back to work, because at the end of the day, like, I have to do what I have to do to survive. It is what it is. I don't really care. I don't really mind. But I love to be a full-time content creator again. Oh my God, absolutely. Did I feel like a failure going back? Oh, absolutely. And I still do. But you know what? I'm still really proud that I did it. I'm helping out my husband. I'm helping out the bills. I definitely, wish I still made more so I can contribute more, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to pick up as much hours as I can, and I'm working as hard as I can. So, I'm not as upset as I'm not upset about it as I once was, but I definitely feel like I am a failure because I was full-time and then I had to go back, but it's life. You know what I mean? I'm keep going. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I mean? So it just looking back at that time, it was just really wild because I never thought that I lived through like a pandemic. You know what I mean? And then I remember when we were in that, I remember when the pandemic started, we had just gotten our letter to renew, and we happened to see that our 1-bedroom was literally costing the same amount as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, which is where we're at right now. Decided to move. So I think I did document that for you guys. I think I did show you guys like the process of us moving and stuff like that. This plum purple shade is like so light. It's not really wanting to stay. I'm going to go into Orchard right here to help to deepen that up. It was like, I think I did document it for you guys. And let me tell you, the first year living at this apartment was pure freaking hell because our upstairs neighbors, oh my God, she was a horrible woman who just made the worst, there's so much fallout, the worst noise, did not take care of her kids, would leave her kids alone at all hours of the night. Mind you, they're like 5 years old and like 2, and she would just be out, not wanting to be home. And they eventually end up getting, evicted because they were just not good neighbors, and they gotten way too many complaints from us, but not just from us. I found out afterwards that so many people that lived here at this unit had complained about her. So it wasn't just us. It was like she was a nuisance. And then I found out that she moved to another unit here on the property, and she ended up getting evicted from there because she caused a lot of issues. So I thought that was kind of wild. Wow, that purple shade just did not want to stay. Do you guys see that? It's so patchy. But anywho, we moved into this 3-2, and I remember this is when we got Koa. We got Koa during COVID. Like, he's a COVID puppy. And it's just crazy to think like how different life was then. You know what I mean? Like, I remember you guys used to go to the grocery store and everybody be wearing a mask and everybody be like looking at each other like, stay away from you. Like, the stores were empty, roads were empty. It was just such a different time. And it's been 5 years. Now, if I could do anything different, the thing that I would do different, honest to God, is I probably would have started TikTok a long time ago. I probably would have jumped on the TikTok trend and went into the makeup route because it obviously worked for some people. Like, I know you guys hate Michaela, but she blew up because of TikTok. She blew up because of COVID and being on TikTok. Like, she blew up, and that's why she has 16.3 million followers on there. People love her. People love her. People hate her. She's one of those people that you either love or hate. You know what I mean? There's really like no in between. I guess I'm having in between because I neither hate her nor love her, but I do admire her. I do admire her ability to sell because she can sell. Even though she's not always honest about it, she can definitely sell. So, you know, I just wish for me, if I could go back in time, I definitely would have jumped on the TikTok train a long time ago because maybe I would be in a different place of life right now. But it is what it is. Like such shit because that shade is so patchy. It's not wanting to stay. And I don't get why. Taking that off and kind of redoing it, it's adding back that color. It's just really weird that it had like a really like patchy moment. I don't really know what happened there. I will say though, my makeup skills 5 years ago are vastly different than what they are now. Now, granted, I'm not saying that I'm a pro by any means, but I definitely feel like I am way better. I'm gonna go into Magnolia. Way better than what I was. Like way better. If you guys go back and watch my content from 5 years ago, it is so different. Like so different. How I applied makeup then, how I did makeup then. Like I didn't ever do my brows. That was like not a thing. That was non-existent for me. And not only did I not do my brows, I never lined my lips. I don't know when I started lining my, you know what? I think I do know when I start lining my lips. I think I started lining my lips when Jaclyn Hill came out with her lip liners from the Jaclyn Cosmetics line. I feel like that's when I started actually like lining my lips because before then I didn't ever really use lip liner. And it's funny because like looking back at it now, I would never not wear a lip liner. Like I always wear a lip liner now because I love filling in. I love making my lips look a little bit bigger than what they actually are, but not too much. And I feel like it just really complements the lip look when I have that done. So it's just kind of crazy to think that like, if you guys go back to my really old videos, you guys will see me never wearing lip liner, never really doing my brows ever. And the way that I did makeup then was just very different. I just kind of like learn as I go. Like I said, I'm not a pro by any means. Like I'm just a makeup enthusiast, but you know, just by doing it all the time and like watching beauty content, stuff like that, you could definitely see where I have changed over the years. I'm going to go in the shade right here called Misty. Definitely is very different. And like I do swatches differently now. And it's just, you know, some of my older content for me is definitely really cringy, but you know what? I feel like I am where I am because of it. You know what I mean? I think right in the center, I'm going to take the shade right here called Best Buds. It's really light, minty shade. I'm just going to tap that right in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this cleaned up because this is not looking the way that I originally envisioned it to. In my head, it was going to look a lot prettier, but for some reason, this just wanting to be super muddy and patchy just really kind of messed up the aesthetics that I was going for. I don't really know why I did that. So we're going to clean that up. I'm going to come back with the other eye done and we're going to start working on the base. So now that the eyes are done, it's still a little patchy on both sides. I don't really know why. I don't recall having this issue before. But yeah, somehow here it is where it's just not wanting to cooperate. I don't know why. I don't know why. But you know what? It's still really pretty for what it is. It's just not wanting to work. So we're just going to ignore it for now. Okay, so moving on to the face. I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. This is the Power Grip Primer plus 4% niacinamide. Like I said, I'm trying to use some of my older products that I haven't used in a hot minute. Plus, I'm trying to stick to like a theme of doing like really like springy style looks. I'm using like more like pinky stuff or like even like pinky like packaging. But we're just going to go ahead and just start to pat this in. And then for my pores, I am going to take a little bit of the Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Blur Primer right here. We're going to go in and we're just going to literally press this into my pores right here because they are pretty enlarged. And this helps to blur them just a tiny bit. For foundation, I have not used this foundation in a couple months, so I'm really excited. But we're going to go in with the Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Finish Foundation. Like I said, I've not used this in a few months. So we're going to take this and we're going to... forgot how pretty this foundation truly is. So we're going to take it on my brush. I see everybody use the BK Beauty brushes. Have anyone here used them? If you have, are they worth it? Because I heard that they are a phenomenal brush brand, but that they are really, really expensive. I'm going to go in with a beauty blender just to kind of tap this in to make sure it's all blended. But I heard that they're really good, but that they are quite expensive. So if anyone have used, I think it's BK Beauty brushes, let me know. Do you think they're actually worth the quality? I see people raving about like their foundation brush all the time. And I was never really one to like applying my foundation with a brush because I just feel like it streaks on me and it just shows, I don't know, it just doesn't look good. Until I got the Milk makeup brush and the It Cosmetics brush, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I could actually make this work. But I still feel like, I don't know, I see people do it online and theirs look immaculate. And I'm just like, how do I get my brush to make my skin look immaculate the same way that they do? Because I feel like mine does not. And yet people do it and they look so beautiful using like a brush. I see it all over TikTok. I'm like, damn, I kind of want to do that too. But I feel like whenever I use a brush, it just, I don't know, it doesn't look good. Okay, so for liquid bronzer, I used to be obsessed with this in the summer, and that's the Morphe. This is the Hot Shot Bronzer Drops. Y'all, I was obsessed with these back in the summer, and I was like, I forgot how much I really did enjoy this. So we're just going to take this and apply it where we put the bronzer, and let me tell you, this was incredible. The way that this literally just melts into the skin, I literally was obsessed with this all summer long. Now, the reason why I decided to do this video is like normally I do like chat to get ready with me or like shop my stashes, but I actually I don't think I've done a true get ready with me where I come to you guys right after the shower to put my makeup on. And the only reason why I'm doing this too is because someone recently commented on one of my videos, my new makeup release videos, asking me to do like a get ready with me where they can see how I do like my red lip and stuff like that, even though I'm not doing a red lip today. I was like, you know what? I could definitely do that. Like I love doing shop my stashes. I love trying new makeup, and I usually show the whole process. But I was like, you know what? It's been a minute since I just like sat down and just did a full on get ready with me, as if we were sitting here on FaceTime, just like gabbing away about makeup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I just thought, why not do that today? Because I feel like that'd be like a lot of fun. For blush, I am going to go into the Morphe the Hot Drop blush right here. So freaking pretty. But I was like, why not do that this time? Because like it's been a while since I've done that. You know what I mean? Like it's been like a hot minute. So anywho, I want to let you guys know, I saw a lot of your comments when I did my new makeup releases about me wanting to purchase from Michaela's brand POV. And I know a lot of you guys do not like her, and I respect that. I get that she has lied about a lot of things, and she has made it so that she's made it so that people have a huge distrust in influencers, and I understand that. And I don't think that like I'm sitting here, you know, praising her, because I'm not. I know she's made a lot of mistakes. I just don't want people hating on her for like her body and stuff like that, because I've seen a lot of people just like hating on her like for her appearance, which really isn't fair. You know what I mean? Does she use filters? Oh, for sure. For sure she uses filters. But I'm just saying that there's people who generally just like make fun of her for her size and stuff like that. And I don't think that's fair. But anyway, the reason why I want to buy her brand is because I want to know, is it actually going to be worth it? Like I genuinely want to know, is it going to be worth it? Yes, would it be essentially supporting her? Yes. But my job here is to review makeup. That's what I do, is to review makeup. And she claims that you can wear this with really oily skin. She did a full routine, although for me, whenever she does like a matte routine, I do kind of like look at it because I'm like, girl, you have very dry skin. So you doing a matte routine isn't going to show if it works for oily skin. I like do a little sideways look at her because she has very dry skin. So she does use products that are meant for oily skin, which I do appreciate. Like she does. However, she has very dry skin. So her trying to show a routine for oily skin does kind of have me look at her a little sideways, just because at the end of the day, she does have very, very, very dry skin. So I know that those products work for oily skin, but not necessarily in the way that she's going to claim, because of the fact that she doesn't suffer from the same problems that like I suffer from, you know what I mean? So a part of me really wants to get it to try it out to see, does this work for oily skin? Like she claims that it's going to work for oily skin. She claims that it's going to be beautiful if you have really dry skin as well, that it's going to work phenomenally if you have dry skin. Because I got people asking me in my comment section like, hey, does this work for dry skin? She did a video that shows that it does work for dry skin. But for me, my true test would be, does it work for oily skin the way that she says it's going to? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. But by me expressing that I wanted to purchase it, y'all, I lost quite a few subscribers by just saying that I was going to purchase from her brand. And you know what? I respect it. Like, I know at the end of the day, I am not everybody's cup of tea. Like, whenever I speak on anything that could cause a little controversy, people unsubscribe real quick, and that's okay. Like, I know at the end of the day, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like, I just know that people are not going to always like what I have to say, what I buy, what I review. People are going to have their own thoughts about it, and they are absolutely entitled to it. I'm just grateful that the people who do choose to leave are very respectful about it. No one's really ever been like, you know, F you and this and that. They just kindly walk away, which I really do appreciate, you know what I mean? And I wish them all the best because, like I said, I know that I'm not going to be for everybody. But I also don't want to not review things just because I'm scared people are going to unsubscribe, because that's not going to be fair to people who do want to see it, and myself, because I generally, like I said, I want to know if she is going to create a good product or not. Now, we did recently find out, I'm going to go into the hourglass right here to set my under eye. I did recently find out that she is just the founder of the brand. She doesn't actually, I guess you can call her co-owner. She's a co-founder. She does have another founder that's with her, and she is actually being backed by a big investor. The big investor also invests in like Kosas, Glossier, and so many other brands out there. So she's not sitting here saying that she's like the CEO or the owner or anything like that. She's just a founder. So I do think she has a huge team behind her that's helping to curate these products. So it is nice to know that she is being a little bit more, I'm not saying she's being transparent, because she's not being fully transparent, because she did say she has investors, but I'm pretty much assuming, I'm going to go into the one size right here to set the rest of her face. I'm pretty much assuming she doesn't want to do what Jacqueline did, where Jacqueline's like, I'm the CEO. And then you come to find out Jacqueline was just the creative face behind the brand and not actually a CEO or anything like that. Michaela legit is a founder, but she is not the CEO or anything like that. She has big investors behind her. So I feel like her brand is probably going to do well for the most part, only because at the end of the day, she has 16.3 million people that follow her on TikTok that do love her, who don't care whether or not she's telling the truth or not. They just love her. So I think this first launch is going to do pretty well for her. But I want to know, is it going to generally work? Because I, like I said, I have really oily skin, and she claims it's going to be perfect for oily skin. And I just want to know, bitch, does it really? You know, is it really going to be perfect for oily skin? Because, like, that's a lot of claims that you have. You know what I mean? Set the face once with the ABH Impeccable Setting Spray. I just went in with the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is what I use every day just to kind of set down the brows right here. Just going to set that down. And then now we're going to go into powdered foundation. I'm just going to go into the YSL right here. And I'm going to quickly just re-bronze up the face. Okay, so for blush, I'm actually going to Nude Tower 28 blush. They actually did send this over to me. This is going to be the shade called Get Set. It's a beautiful like baby pink. We're going to go into this today because I feel like this would be like really pretty. So I'm just going to tap this in. I'm just going to lightly go right here. Like, look at that pale pink. That is so pretty. And it literally just diffuses so nicely onto the face. Like, they sent me a cute little PR package. I was so like, wow, I did not expect to get something from Tower 28. I thought that was so cool. So then for highlighter, we're going to go into Dior face palette right here. I have not used this in so long. We're going to mostly use a little bit more of this, but I'm going to tap a little bit of this, and then we're going to go into this. And we're going to, I really want to have like that nice like pinky highlight. Like, look at how pretty that is. That is so pretty. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the white one right here. Just very lightly, just boop, boop, boop. All right, then for the eyes, I'm going to take this right here. We're going to go do this above our brow bone because it's driving me crazy how patchy it's looking. And it's not like I chose it to be that way. So we're going to try to disguise it a little bit by adding this right up here. Okay, that does help to disguise the patchiness a little bit. Okay, good. I don't know what happened or why that shadow is patchy or why I'm struggling with it, but it's just not wanting to work today. Okay, so to quickly finish off the under eyes, we're just going to go into, we're just going to take that shade Orchid and we're going to blend it out with this shade very, very, very lightly underneath the waterline. Like, it's just so light, very, very light in pigment. All right, then I'm going to go in with a light pastel eyeliner from ColourPop. This is going to be in the shade called Cry Baby. All right, and then I'm going to take this shade right here, this little shade right here. We're going to put this in the inner corner. So it's a beautiful, beautiful green, red, gold shift. I feel like it just will complement this inner corner very nicely. Okay, And then for the lips, I'm going to go into the ColourPop lip liner. I have this shade right here called Oh Snap. I'm trying to use a little bit more of like, this pimple is just so fucking annoying. I can do to like pretty much hide her. She's wanting to be visible. Okay, for the lip, we're going to go into the ColourPop Oh Snap lip liner. I'm trying to do more of like a paler pink today. I usually go for like a more mauve brown. I'm trying to do a different color today. So I'm just going to go in with this. This is more of like a pale pinky mauve. Then for lip gloss, we're going into Lawless. This is a Forget the Filler. This is in the Lavender Sorbet. This is like one of my favorites from them. We're going to take this. Like, look how pretty. Like, I thought this would be such a beautiful combination, especially with this lip. Oh my God. Especially this eye look. All right, then to top it off, we're going to finish it off with the hairspray in a bottle. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Hairspray. Okay, let me go quickly put on my outfit, fix my hair, and I'll be right on back. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. I think it did turn out really pretty in the end, minus like this little hiccup. I think ultimately it did turn out really pretty. I think it's very soft, very beautiful for this springtime season, and perfect for what I'm about to film next. But I thought it'd be fun to sit down and do like a chatty, true get ready with me, and I feel like I butchered this video. I feel like this video was so boring personally, because I don't know, I watch these videos all the time, and some people talk about the most amazing things. I'm just sitting there entertained watching them do makeup, like I'm sitting there the bestie, and then when I go do it, I'm like, what do I talk about? You know what I mean? I just get like, I don't know, I get like, what do I talk about? And I don't know if this video was any good or not. So I apologize if it's boring or anything like that. I don't know. I tried to do a true get ready with me, and I just don't know if I did it right. Ooh. So anywho, I will leave everything that I tried linked down below. Some of these items may be available, some of these items might not be available, but I will try to leave everything linked down below. But with that said, guys, let me know if you guys want me to do like a true get unready with me, where I take off all my makeup, show you guys my nighttime skincare routine and all that. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. But with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.